Okay, so let's take a look at what we did there. Okay, by flattening the front to give the Leaf 340 a little bit more killing power, it gives it a better surface to impact so it's not deflected like armor on the tank. And the first shot definitely got through and shot through it. Okay, the second one, because it had still weight of water in here, managed to pierce it. And then the third one you saw bounced off of it because it lost the weight of the water. So a 340 that's in good operating condition can shoot through a pop can. And that is proof of that. There's a brand new slide on mine. So 3 shots, 3 hits at my power range, meaning I'm testing the power. And 2 of them penetrated and 1 didn't. So very cool stuff. So that this can kill a pop can if you know how to kill that pop can. Okay, that was a fun demonstration that with the 340, if you give it help and you understand, honestly, armor technology, and let's just say I wouldn't design our American tanks that way to be easily penetrated, but the 340 can penetrate a pop can if you do it right, and that wasn't point blank. I've seen videos where they're shooting at empty pop cans point blank, and it's just bouncing off, and the third shot, as you saw in that string, it actually did bounce off, but it can kill a pop can if you set it up right. Okay, so on this video, I'm going to follow up on my last video about 340 breakage, and I'm excited because I feel I have a lot better, how would you say it, clarity on what's going on with this. Please toggle the arrow on the right of the video. Some of my videos I set up for the written section. It's important. That's where all the education is, and other links. Okay, so this is your shot tube. So I've been getting contacts from people who have been helpful. And I found pictures that I linked to that show this breaking. Now, an engineer friend of mine, I told him this has gone 8,000 shots and the spring just set. And the guys at the gun shop talked about the fact that with these, here, let me get in a little closer there. That with these piston heads, it's usually the piston head itself that actually many times gets damaged or wears down. Mine's in pretty good condition. The spring got old. And so this is in good condition, and my piston tube is in good condition, meaning it never broke, it never cracked, and what I've seen, and I'll show you pictures if you click on the links, is that the top of this is breaking off. And when I described it to my engineer friend, I told him, hey, mine did not break. And he wanted to make sure he understood what I was saying. And he said, so, okay, let me get this straight. 8,000 shots and then it broke? I said, no, 8,000 shots and it has not broken. I could probably still use this and would. And he's just like, then you need to tell the general public. That's good correlation. Okay, 2 things as an engineer that my friend hates is people criticizing a hack, mod, or a repair without testing it. And the second thing is making sure that people, if you tell people facts as you know them, that is heavily correlated. Okay, 8,000 shots without this breaking is good correlation. So how did I do that? I did not dry fire my gun. Now, some people would say, you never dry fired your gun? Well, of course, like in 8,000 shots, I maybe dry fired it 10 times because I didn't keep track of the ammo in here. Now, the bottom line is I made sure there was BBs in here this time. You see 1 on top. That piece of plastic there hides 2 more BBs, so that's 3. So how many BBs do you see there? 1, 2, 3. So that's 6. That's how you count. If you see 4, then it's 7. And that's the usual normal count when you load these, between 6 to 7. You can do better, but yeah, I see 3 BBs right there, so I know that it's 6 in there. And I rarely dry fire my gun, and never multiple times in a row. And so what has that led to? My piston tube not breaking. Now, the guys at the gun shop were hardcore. They said, normally, obviously, common sense says your piston tube should be made out of a metal. And, of course, that's more that can go wrong, because usually they were pointing the finger at abused piston head because people were dry firing guns. That's traditionally what gets damaged, is that guy right here. This is your piston tube. I'm sorry, your piston head and piston seal. And they say, well, if they're making it out of plastic, that's something else that can go wrong if people are dry firing. So anyway, please toggle on the arrow, and what you'll see is pictures of what's this thing breaking. So let's go over real quick for you to take a look at that, what you're going to be seeing. Okay, so what you're going to see when you get in there, this is the front of your tube, okay? And that is your transport hole, okay? That fires your BB, the air, there we go. The air comes out, hits the BB in your breech, and fires your gun, okay? And you want to make sure there's always a BB in front of it. And then this sharp edge right here that you see right here is your loader. It strips a BB off the top of this into your breech. Okay, that's your loader, right? Okay, right here. So then that's your transfer hole and your loader. So the pictures you'll see is what's happening, I believe, because they're dry firing or using the wrong BBs. So please don't dry fire your gun, and you'll get the power that I have. A brand new slide punches through with a pop can. And also, okay, so don't dry fire, and please only use new Daisy BBs, right? If you, for some reason, don't know this, one thing I want to end the video on is saying that, look, on Amazon, what I've noticed the correlation is people who buy this, buy that, is they're buying copperheads. And be careful with Crosman here. I love Crosman Black Widow BBs, okay? But that's a little overkill for this gun, but it's good in other guns. But standard Daisy BBs is what you should be shooting out of this, and only new BBs, please. Okay, thank you.